Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'm bringing you another double reaction. This time, we're going to be checking out the songs Abide With Me by the Inspirational Choir and I'll Find My Way Home by John and Vangelis. If I can make a prediction up front about what the Inspirational Choir and John and Vangelis are about, my guess would be something to do with like a hymn, like HYMN. I don't know. Whenever you think of choir, you think of church, you think of big organ, you think of piano, many voices coming together singing the Lord's praises. And actually, even the naming of John and Vangelis makes me think of evangelism. So I don't know if that naming has anything to do with it, but yeah, that's my prediction up front, is that these are going to take more of a religious flavor and tone. But either way, we'll find out here together. And that is all thanks to Russell the Basie's request today. So thank you, Russell, as always, for your generous support and the unique song selections. But now, let's jump into it. Abide with me, fast falls the eventide. The darkness deepens, Lord, with me abide. Henry Francis Lyle. Yeah, right away, right? Established piano and choir. So many voices coming together, always more powerful than just one by itself. It's like they're breathing melodic air right now. And their vocalizations are just allowing us to experience their same oxygen. Abide with me. We've had pretty much the same melody in the piano and the vocals here. You know what's interesting is, like, when I listen to a choir, there's so many voices, it's always hard to pick out one centered voice, but I think the way our brain process a lot of human voices at once is to take some kind of average frequency, and that's like sort of the rough pitch that our focus goes towards. But when you think of a choir and all of the possible voices that make it up, you can also think of the dynamics that introduces, because they each individually have their own texture and timbre, and if they happen to be singing on different pitches in order to construct a larger chord, there are those pitch dynamics at play as well. But you can even isolate it all to just intensity as an example. Imagine if everybody in this moment is singing at like 30% of their peak belt ability. Then when you turn everybody's voice up to like 35%, the overall feeling in the track goes to like 70%, if at first it was around 50. And those aren't real numbers, those are just kind of meant to explicate the idea that when you turn up the intensity marginally for each individual singer in the choir, when taken together, multiplicatively, the effect you get is far greater when they all sing together and add that additional individual 5% of intensity. I just noticed that from when they were vocalizing in the beginning of this song to this point where they've added a little bit to each voice, but a little bit in each voice in a choir goes a long way. Oh, we get drums and strings. I really like this addition. Yeah, that's awesome. Electric guitar in the midst of all of this. So that's what church music was missing for a long time. Electric guitar. Oh. Wow, and they just got louder again. Oh, and I think I hear an individual voice being more pronounced in all of this. Yeah, there it is. Oh, and the brass. Slow down. Wow. Dude, Inspirational Choir is so correct for this because literally every single moment it just feels like you are either knocking on Heaven's Gate or far past that with how full it sounds. It, like, if you're thinking of the frequency range, it is very comprehensively addressing all of the elements, probably except for like the super bassy lows. And I'm sure some of those lows that I'm kind of hinting at not being as present are in that choir, but again, our focus goes towards the average sound produced, which is really cool because as I kind of brought that up and talked about intensity, by the end of this song, everything gradually rose in performance, in how epic things were feeling, to that point that you can't help but to feel inspired by something like this. Now, in all honesty, I don't think I would be able to like listen to this song like on repeat. This is the kind of song to me that like it serves a specific function in my day to day. Like this would be a great song for me to sort of ride off into the sunset with, so to speak, or like if I was attending Sunday school, for example, and hearing it in that context, it would really draw that close connection to me. But it doesn't feel as loopable in terms of melody, but in terms of songwriting and structure, I really like the gradual rise that we experienced with each element getting introduced, also contributing to the overall feel of this getting a bit larger than life. Like when the drums came in and the strings, that was a very definitive moment. And then additionally, when the electric guitar came in, then the other vocalist, and then the brass, like you can see the layers being added incrementally, bit by bit. But again, even those incremental improvements or additions, they have multiplicative effects, cascading effects that improve the entirety of the song. And it's just a different sort of experience that we get when it's just stripped down, just the choir and piano versus the full production. But the thing is, having both and witnessing that journey and experiencing what it was like in that sparse place in the beginning until the end where everything has been put together adds more to the experience than if we only had the first section or the second. Like if I were to be forced to compare which ones I liked better, I prefer the second section where we had the drums and everything else, but I wouldn't have been able to appreciate that as much as I did without what we experienced earlier on. So definitely inspirational, definitely a fun listen. Let's check out the next one here, John and Vangelis. Find my way home.
You ask me where to begin. Am I so lost in my sin? You ask me where did I fall? I'll say I can't tell you when.
Hold on, this is not clicking with me from a musicality standpoint, but the lyrics here.
So lost in my sin.
You see, yeah, all of the deadly sins, right, etched in her back. Lost in my sin.
Ask me where did I fall? I'll say I can't tell you when.
Where did I fall? All the questions.
My spirit is lost. How will I find what is near? Don't question, I'm not alone. Somehow I'll find my way home. My sun shall rise in the east. So shall my heart be at peace.
Oh.
And if you're asking me when, I'll say it starts at the end.
Wow. I like the lyrics in this one a
You
lot.
know your will to be free.
Also, low-key reminds me a bit of the band from Canada, Rush. Something in the production. There's like that air about it that feels like it could fully bleed into something more prog and more Rush, but I know we can't be going there.
You know your will to be free.
The vocals too, a bit like Geddy
Is
Lee.
matched with love secretly. And talk won't alter your prayer.
Talk will alter your prayer.
Somehow you find you are there. Your friend is close by your side and speaks in far ancient tongue.
Wow, did you notice in that harmony there, the far ancient tongue? One of the harmonies, the lines in the harmony, just stayed on that monotone pitch.
Speaks in far ancient
Fa-da-da-da, there's two vocals there. Listen again.
Your friend is close by your side
There's one with static,
and speaks in far ancient tongue.
and then one that moves. And then again here.
All seasons begin with you.
That's very sweet.
One world we all come from.
Mother Earth, right?
One world we melt into one.
Oh, wow.
Just hold my hand and we're there.
The cycle of life. We're all a part of it.
Somehow we're going somewhere. Somehow we're going somewhere.
Whoa. What is going on? All of these like sci-fi sound effects are swelling. Oh wow. Okay, this song experientially is winning me over.
You ask me where to begin. Am I so lost in my sin?
That 7, the backward 7. You guys remember that movie with Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, Kevin Spacey, 7? Very worth watching, also very disturbing.
So lost in my sin. You ask me where did I fall? I'll say I can't tell you when.
Can't tell you when.
But if my spirit is strong,
It's like harnessing the sun,
I know it can be done.
harnessing the eternal light.
No questions, I'm not alone. Somehow I'll find my way home. Somehow I'll find my way home. Somehow I'll find my way home.
Somehow.
Somehow I'll find my way home.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that is an interesting instrumental right there. Sort of like bouncing off of the different drums. There you have it. That's I'll Find My Way Home by John and Vangelis. Definitely in the beginning, I was like not at all into the melody. It just felt a little bit too bright without a lot going on. And then as we added more of the atmosphere and that almost sci-fi feel in the middle that reminded me a bit more of Rush, then it started to like jibe with me more and more. And I think the lyrics had me drawn in more because I was just focused on so much of what that looks like. And weirdly enough, just last night, I was thinking about all of the sins that I've ever, not everything, right? That's an endless amount of things that I've done imperfectly in my life. But I was trying to think of all of the ways in which a few of the sins and a few of my own like vices and addictions have manifested and impacted me for the worse over the years. And it's so difficult to detach the identities that are problematic for you and the ones that bring you more into who you are from one another. And there's many like schools of philosophical thought that discuss the idea of embracing your flaws and becoming one with your shadow versus excising the problematic parts of you and putting them far away. I tend to be more of a mind that looks at us as individuals holistically. We have a lot of good to us. We have a lot of bad to us. Some of those things manifest in the deadly sins as an example. And the point is we continue to move in a direction away from the things that make us worse and don't align with our holistic identity in the direction we'd like that to go, rather than just act as though because we can't be perfect, we shouldn't do anything at all. because that can be a very exhausting place to exist in, where you feel like you have to be perfect all of the time, and if you've ever erred, you're irredeemable. But the point of this existence is that we are always forgiven, always redeemable, and we continue to make strives towards finding our home, or better yet, building a home worth finding. I think so often where people are also on this like endless journey to discover the perfect thing for them, the person for them, the place for them, when discovering it looks more like creation rather than happenstance falling onto something. Don't get me wrong, those things do happen in life where miraculously you've been gifted a certain thing, but very often, use the example of the lottery, people can be gifted the number one thing that they wanted in this world, but because it was gifted rather than earned, they never found home. That wasn't actually a home for them, and they quickly lose that wealth, as an example. I think finding your home, it's almost about the journey towards home and creating your home rather than being at that end point. You know what I mean? So hopefully all of my jumbled thoughts there made some relative sense. And in the grand scheme of things, like, I want to be a person who sins less, who acts as properly and ideally as I would like to. And I continue to move in that direction as early and often as I can. And I still make mistakes. So an important realization that also needs to be made is to accept our fallibility and also show ourselves love, grace, compassion, because we're all doing life for the first time and trying our best, and to chastise ourselves endlessly on this journey to home, which is such an amorphous concept even outside of our own comprehensions. Let's get there a little bit more casually, a little bit more easily, with love in our backpacks rather than fear of not reaching that place. But two beautiful songs today. I think I need to say it. I wouldn't probably loop these songs on repeat for me, just given my wide discography and like the intensity of music that I end up listening to more often. But there's definitely a meaning in these songs that doesn't escape me at all. And if there's something more high level that I'm not even picking up in these tracks, feel free to let me know in the comments section down below. If you'd like to make a reaction request yourself, please hit the first link in the description box below. That is the best way to support my channel. But as always, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.